the traditional levels of awareness or lights, or light consciousness, that the ancients provided the human race with, are the general 5 levels of light. Physical light, which we're all being right now. You have the astral light, which is a component to the physical light, which we are also being, but when we're more conscious of it, then it's something other than what this is. See? So we have the physical body as a physical light, a material gravitational body, and then there's light between bodies, and that would be more along the lines of these astral light, subtle light, see, of awareness. So these are lights that describe certain levels of awareness. And beyond the astral light, that's the subtle light, there's one subtler than that, and that's called the causal light. See, we can call it the time light or the memory light. See, and that's subtler than just the astral light, which is more feeling. And this is relative and conceptual, but very useful to some people who are sensitive enough to know what it implies and what it might be in fact. See? And so the time light enables anyone who understands the causal body to move in consciousness past, back, and future, forward. So it's a plane, perhaps. We can call it a plane of consciousness, with this kind of forward, back ability, which we have to depend upon the causal in order to have references for time. Time past, time present, time future. What we need to do, which is going to happen, or needs to be put into place so that it does happen. So building the future. This is part of the causal light that we are as energy. Above that, we have kind of lower spiritual light. Could be a mental plane of light, where we have thoughts. So you had feelings, you had memories, and then you have thoughts. And no one's saying this is an absolute scale, but we have thoughts that are forms of light. Thinking is utilizing our light and being utilized by the light at the same time. And beyond that, thought light, we have the spiritual light, the light of beingness, which is subtler than thought. What is subtler than thought? Then we have to say the light of light. So we're getting to the fine sort of essence of our consciousness, or states of consciousness, which then enter the pure, the spiritual, truly sacred, subtle light, and transcendent light beyond that. So we have then the light of knowing, and we have the light of realization, which are also certain vibratory dimensions of light. You have ultimate light. It could also amount to what could be called peace, the light of peace. Peace, pure peace, and from there compassion. And then that light, as part of the inner light structure, the super light structure, is where we have the heart light. And ethereal light is more along the lines of what we were calling, the light above the causal and beneath the spiritual. And we would have to agree that the universe, as we know it, as a space reality, is part of the ethereal light, which is not just light in itself, but it's what pervades us and enables us to be. It's like livingness. See, the ethers, see, the inner spaces, see, the subtlest of spaces. See. And transcendent light is formless. So we're talking about there are forms of light that lead us to formless light. See, empty light as pure awareness itself. Just awareness, just being light. Not being a person, not being a body, not being space, not being time, not being energy, not being mind even. It's just clear. So this is the beginning, conceptual beginning, theory of this idea of life, see, the essence, awareness.